सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः। Good morning. So you all are here to learn spoken English. Today I thought of sharing a few of my views on learning language. So language will be taught to you by our teachers in classrooms, but I would like to share my understanding of language learning, how you can learn language faster. Students who are from rural background particularly have this misconception that to speak language well, one must become perfect in grammar. But you need to understand that first language, then grammar, not vice versa. Don't think first grammar and then language. First language and then grammar. You think actually you learn grammar, by using grammar you will make sentences and then you will speak the language. No, it's not going to happen that way. Language has to be learned from usage. Language is part of a culture. You cannot apply logic there. You know, PUT is put. BUT is, why can't we put? Why should it not be but? Right? When PUT is put, BUT should be but, right? But it's but. Why it is pronounced like that? Now you cannot apply logic here. It's not mathematics. It's a part of a culture. It has to be learned like that only. It has to be learned from usage. You cannot apply logic to language. It's part of a culture. Pronunciation also in English, there are many words where letters are silent, right? DEBT, it's not debtor, it's a debtor. B is silent there. So why it is so? Then why, if it is not useful there, the letter, why to put the letter there? Remove the letter. Okay, but it's part of a culture. It has to be done the way it is. So it has to be learned from usage. To learn from usage, you must apply yourself to book reading. Seriously, take my advice seriously from today onwards. Try to read as much as possible in that particular language, that is in English. For that, you must fall in love with the script first. Many students who are from regional language background, they are in general are allergic to the script itself. They are allergic to the script itself. The script itself actually, not so aesthetic to me. It is not so soothing to my eye. అంటే ఆ లిపి చూసిన వెంటనే నాకు చెవులో జరులు బాగుతాయి. Then you can't learn the language. So it's very important that you fall in love with the script first. లిపి చూడగానే మనకు ఆనందం కలగాలి. So if you see a Telugu newspaper and English newspaper now, what would be your preference? In which language you want to read the paper? Mother tongue is Telugu, so it's easy to read in Telugu. So you pick up Telugu newspaper, right? And also that English script, it doesn't, look so aesthetic to our eye. So naturally you put it aside. Your mother tongue, you already know. You don't have to learn, right? You already know it. So now you want to learn a new language. So the problem is, if you read in Telugu, you can read it easily because after all, our mother tongue. You don't have to make any effort there. But to read in English, some of the words meaning we do not know. You will know there will be breaks. Apply breaks, it doesn't matter. If you don't know the meaning of a particular word, don't proceed further. Make it a point to refer dictionary. Okay. Today you don't have to refer the hard copy, right? Hard copy is this bulky, okay, 2 kgs weight opening, and it takes 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I know that you don't have that much of patience, but you have a smartphone in your hand. You just first two letters you press, and then the word appears there. And also pronunciation. There is that icon. Hmm? You just press the icon. How the word is pronounced also is given there. Twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times. You hear the word, how it is pronounced. You can learn pronunciation. You can easily see the meaning of the dictionary, in the dictionary meaning of the word. So many, ways you can learn the language, and it's so easy and it's so simplified. And also reading and listening. Sufficient language must go into your brain first. That will happen only through reading and repeated listening. Same script, same story, or same write up. Read again and again, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times you read it. And while you read, try to make it a point to observe the syntax, to observe the way words are arranged, to observe the way the sentence is made, right? You take the sentences as it is into your brain. That's how the language has to be learned. We all in India today have sufficient language. When we read something, we understand. Yes or no? Do you understand what I speak? When somebody speaks, you understand. Okay? When you read something, you understand. But when you want to speak or when you want to write, when you want to express either orally or in written form, you have the difficulty. Yes or no? Where is the gap? Where is the gap? Hmm. The gap is here. The gap is here. While you read, you don't actually observe the way sentences are constructed. That is the problem. Okay? If you take the sentences as it is from usage, okay, the same thing will come out, right? What you give as input, the same thing will come out as output. You don't have to struggle thereafter to make sentences and speak by using grammar. So just pick up the language from usage. Just observe the sentences, make it a point, make it a habit. The sentences will go straight into your brain, and what has gone into your brain, the same thing will come out effortlessly. Then, will you have any fear of making mistakes? Because you have learned from usage. With usage, there are no mistakes, right? In the written form, you have learned. Sentences as it is, original sentences you have taken into your brain. You will never have any fear of making mistakes. But if you learn grammar and you make sentences on your own, making grammar, using grammar, and then you want to speak, you will always have the fear whether I am speaking correct sentences or not. Yes or no? So learn from usage. That is the easiest way. First language, then grammar. After actually learning language to a significant extent, to perfect your language, grammar provides a kind of framework. It provides a kind of skeleton. It's a way of classifying the language. Okay, if you want to teach to somebody else, okay, it provides some framework. It's a kind of classification. But don't think actually grammar is a language. First, grammar has to be learned to learn language. No. Telugu, when we speak, have we learned grammar first? No. English also like that. You learn from usage directly. So from today onwards, make it a point to do the technical reading. Technical reading, I mean, when you read something, okay, pick up some general books, not your textbooks. Textbooks, anyway, you have to read for the sake of concept, for the sake of content, because you will have to write in examination. You have to understand the concepts. Concepts are more important there than the language, particularly if you are from science stream, science background. You read some general books. Don't read them for the sake of content. Read for the sake of language. Okay? There are two ways of reading. We are interested in content or language. So if you are doing academics, definitely content is important for you. Concepts are important. But now I'm saying, because you are here to learn the language, do some reading for a few months. You do this. Don't read for the sake of content. Read for the sake of language. When you read a story, 5 times, 6 times, you read the same story. Observe the language. I'm not interested in the story as such. I'm not interested in the content. I'm interested in the language, how the language is used, how the words are arranged to make sentences. This will be your focus from today onwards when you read. Do this for 3 months, there will be significant improvement in your language skill. Do you understand? Do you get that? Particularly, English is very rich in vocabulary, and you need to have sufficient stock of words in your brain to speak language fluently and to communicate effortlessly. Okay? ఇవాళ నుంచి ఏం చేయాలో చెప్పింది అర్థమైంది కదా? I will repeat once more after a few days. Okay? I know your memory is short, you may not remember all the points, but I will remind you again. Thank you. Have a nice day.